Hello, Randy Rain here, and for the last year I have put out at least one video a week, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. I have a lot more stuff planned. I'm putting things together, so I'm kind of busy, so I'm just going to make a quick video. I've already showed you my wall of robots. Now I'm going to show you my collection of TOMY games. This is the epitome of my childhood, so check these out. So I'll start with the smallest. The smallest of my TOMY games are these Waterfalls, and these are very fun. Now, when I was a kid, anytime you went into a doctor's office or a dentist's office, these were in the waiting room. And I thought that's the only place these things were ever at, were in doctor's offices. I didn't know you could actually have them at your house. Well, I have 3 here. This is my least favorite. All you can do is just try to get the balls into the hippo. These other 2, once you played around with them and got good at them, you can start doing challenges and start doing patterns. The dolphin one is my favorite for sure. Then the pelican one is fun too. So those are my Waterfalls. I guess the next thing up would be the Tomytronic Sky Attack game. Now this is a 3D game. I got this broken. I did fix this up. There is a video linked below. I'm happy to say it works great still. This is my high score, so if you have this game, see if you can beat that. Next is my handheld games. I have Blip. I did do a video on this, link below. Showed you how this one works. Not the most fun game ever. The way it works is really neat. I also have 2 of these, the digital derbies, also known as demon drivers. Great game. I did a video on this covering every single bit of this and how it works. And this is Hit and Missile, and it works a lot like Digital Derby does, and I want to go through it and break it down and show exactly how it works. This one has one little issue to it that I need to get in there and fix, but it's really cool. I do plan on doing a video on this at some time. I also have the Digital Diamond baseball game. This one I got really cheap on eBay because it was supposed to not work. I just put it in, batteries in, messed with it for 5 seconds, and it works great. I may do a video and show you how it works, but there's already some that's been done, so who knows. But I do have a Digital Diamond. I also have this thing. It's the Space Turbo, and it is really, really broken. There's supposed to be a handle right here, even a hood that's supposed to be right here. It's another thing I got off eBay really cheap. Maybe I can figure out how to fix it sometime, and maybe I'll find another one and kind of build off of that one. But hey, I have a Space Turbo as well. Now moving on is my Electric Super Cup football or Super Cup soccer, same thing. I really love this game. This is one of my favorite games that I have. It is so much fun, and I'm like really good at it. But I did a total video showing you exactly how it works and show you how these people can be recreated, because all of this is new. So check out that video. Next up would be my Run Yourself Ragged. I can remember getting this game at Christmas as a kid. This is not it, but I did have one. Love this game. I just recently did a video about this where I recreated this little guy and fixed another one for a friend. So hey, check out Run Yourself Ragged. I have a best score on there too, see if you can beat that. Now if you ever have a party and there's alcohol being served and people are partaking and it's getting a little crazy, there's nothing better than this game right here. This is a favorite of a group of my friends that play games. Lay an Egg. It's so stupid, but it isn't so fun. Great game. We have such a blast playing this thing. Done 2 videos on this. It's like the hardest gearbox to put together, but it can be done, it can be fixed. Check that video out. And don't forget Mr. Mouth, another great party game. This one, I've done a video on this, 2 matter of fact, linked below. These are pretty easy to get working again, so if you see one, go ahead, grab it, watch my videos. You should be able to get this back together. And Mr. Mouth, it's just a classic game. A lot of fun. And I also have Turn the Terrible Tank. Great game. It's a 2-player game, but it's still a great game. I still love the artwork. Still think it looks like a Judas Priest album. I still think it's funny with these little blonde-headed kids on here. But what a great little game. It's a lot of fun. I did a whole video on this. Check it out. And now we're at Shootout in Space. So, this is a pretty neat little game. There were a lot of things like this that came out at the time. This is one of those light flashers. Basically, there's a little light bulb in here, and it has a magnifying glass. And so when you cock it and you shoot, it puts out a little burst of light. And then there's a little electronic sensor. And what that sensor does is it doesn't detect just the light. It only detects a burst of light. So when a burst of light hits, these little rockets pop up. Fun little game here. You can see these all the time on eBay. Pretty easy to fix. Did a whole video on it. Check it out. Not really a game, but still such a cool little thing. The Big Loader construction set. I just did a video on this, and I showed how it's more really a work of art. It's not even a toy. It's not a game. It's a piece of art. But still, I wanted to give a shout out. Love the Big Loader construction. Now, technically, this is a game. And it can also be a gambling game, which I would love to do one time. But this one is the motorcycle racing set. And this is pretty cool. One of my favorite things to play with here. I'm so glad I picked this one up. I did a whole video on this one as well. So if you want to see how to make little cool small things, this is another video to check out. So I do a lot of that in this. Now, last but not least are my little pinball games here. This one is called the Atomic Arcade, and this seems to be the most popular one that you're going to find. And you can find these on eBay pretty cheap. There's a whole bunch of these on there. Now, they did the exact same pinball game with just different graphics, and there's a few different ones. This is the Starcom. I've also seen one like Starfighters, I think it is. So a few different themes on this one, but they're still the same pinball game. Now, these do not play like toy pinball games. They play like old school pinball games without all the fancy ramps and stuff like that, but they still play like real pinball games. These do not play like toys. These are actually really fun to play. I did a video on both of these covering everything, so if you want to rebuild one of these, I have videos below. I'll show you how to do it. Well, there you have it, my TOMY game collection. TOMY really was the epitome of my childhood. So I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please hit the like button. I'm going to keep making videos about rebuilding this stuff and making stuff. And more robots are coming, I promise. So if you want to see that stuff, please hit the subscribe button. So thank you very much for watching.